Picture this. It's 2 a.m. You're staring at a blank screen. Your dissertation, the thing that stands between you and your degree, feels impossible. You've spent years working toward this moment, and now you're paralyzed by fear that you're doing it all wrong. I've been there. Thousands of students have been there. And here's what I learned. The difference between those who finish strong and those who struggle isn't talent or intelligence. It's knowing which landmines to avoid. Today, we're going to share the 5 major mistakes that can sabotage your dissertation. But more importantly, we're going to show you how to avoid them. So stick around and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Mistake number 1. Choosing a topic that's way too broad. Here's what happens. You're passionate about something big. Maybe it's the impact of social media on society or climate change solutions. These sound impressive, right? But here's the problem. They're impossible to tackle in a dissertation. You end up skimming the surface of everything and mastering nothing. Your analysis becomes shallow. Your conclusions feel weak. And your committee, they can tell. The fix is simple but powerful. Narrow it down. Take that big passion and carve out one specific, manageable piece. Instead of the topic, social media and society, maybe you can go with how Instagram stories influence purchasing decisions among Gen Z consumers in the fashion industry. See the difference? Now you have something you can actually research deeply, something you can become the expert on. Mistake number 2. This mistake is one that destroys more dissertations than anything else, and that is poor time management. Let me tell you what typically happens. First, you think you've got 2 years, which is plenty of time technically. So you spend months reading, planning, and thinking. Then suddenly you're 6 months from your deadline and you haven't written a single chapter. Panic sets in. Here's the brutal truth. Your dissertation will take twice as long as you think. Your participants will cancel. Your data will be messy. Your advisor will request rewrites. Life will happen. The students who succeed often start writing on day 1. Not perfect writing, just writing. They create timelines with specific milestones and build in buffer time for when things go wrong. Because things will go wrong. Don't wait until everything is perfect to start writing. Start now, start messy, and refine as you go. Mistake number 3. You're treating your literature review like a boring homework assignment that you need to get out of the way. I get it. Reading hundreds of academic papers isn't exactly thrilling, but here's what most students don't realize. Your literature review is the foundation of everything. It's not just summarizing what others have said. It's building the case for why your research matters. Mistake number 4. You're losing sight of your research question. This happens so gradually you don't even notice. You start researching one interesting tangent, then another. You write a chapter that's fascinating but doesn't quite connect to your main argument. Before you know it, you've written 50 pages that don't actually answer your research question. We've seen brilliant students produce chapters that were intellectually impressive but completely off target. All that work, all that effort, wasted because they lost the thread. Here's your safeguard. At the end of every section you write, ask yourself, does this directly support my central argument? Does this help answer my research question? If the answer is no, cut it or save it for a future paper. Stay focused. Stay on target. Everything else is a distraction. Mistake number 5. This one's tough because it involves your ego, and that is ignoring feedback from your advisor and committee. Look, I understand. You've lived with this research for years. You know it inside and out. When someone criticizes your approach or suggests major changes, it feels personal. It hurts. But here's what you need to remember. Your committee members have decades of experience. They've seen hundreds of dissertations. They know what works and what doesn't. When they give you feedback, they're not attacking you. They're trying to help you succeed. The students who finish strong are the ones who swallow their pride, listen carefully, and make the changes. The ones who struggle are the ones who argue, delay, and dig in their heels. So here's my challenge to you. Look at your dissertation right now. Are you making any of these mistakes? Be honest with yourself. If you are, don't panic. Now you know. And knowing is the first step to fixing it. And look, I want to be real with you for a second. Sometimes you need support. Maybe you're stuck on structuring your methodology. Maybe you need a second pair of eyes on your literature review. Maybe you're juggling work, family, and you just need some expert guidance to get unstuck. There's no shame in getting help. In fact, some of the most successful dissertations I've seen were written by students who knew when to reach out. At Go-To Writers, we will help you draft sections, refine your arguments, or simply give you the feedback you need to move forward. The key is finding the right support at the right time, not as a shortcut, but as a smart strategy to produce your best work. Your dissertation doesn't have to be perfect, but it does have to be finished. Avoid these 5 mistakes, get the support you need, and stay focused on what matters. Thank you. And don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel.